For years, I avoided Black Friday shopping, but then I started collecting comic books, and I shop for comic books on Black Friday. This day I went to Streetside Anthony's. He was having the outdoor sale. It was cold. I picked up 11 comic books. What? Why? Stay tuned for this episode from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out the description of this video for links to my eBay store, email, whatnot, Instagram, all that fun stuff. So it was Black Friday, and I went to Streetside Anthony's. He had texted me he was having a sale outdoors, and I was on my way to do something else after that, and that's for a future video. I picked up a collection. I haven't gone through it yet, so that might take a minute, because I also did another thing, and then I'm getting in like a 50 book pre-screen. Not sure how successful that was. So I'm a little nervous about that. But at any rate, Streetside Anthony's, I went there. It's about 40 degrees. And Lone Wolf, JC, was set up there, and Anthony had some new books. And when I go to Streetside Anthony's, I kind of look for high-grade books that I can clean, press, submit, and maybe get 9/8. So of the 11 books, 7 are going to go into the slab pile. 1 is going to go in the spec pile, and 3 are PC books. So if I have any success at all with the 9/8, then it means that, like, basically those PC books are free and then some. So I took some books from JC first. I didn't grab a lot of books. I picked up a Lobo, issue number 1. He had gotten a distributor pack of these, and I keep buying them from him. I told the story. He had broken out the distributor packs at a Clifton show, and he had Wolverine 8. He had Predator 1 second print. He had one of the Carnage minor keys from ASM, a few other books, and mostly Marvel. And I went for the DC, and I was grabbing the Lobos even before the Jason Momoa announcement. So that was fun. And then I just kind of have to check my notes here, because that's going to go in the slab pile. The next book is going into the PC, right? And this I just picked up. It was, actually, did I get this from, maybe I got this from Anthony. Doesn't matter. It's Mighty Crusaders number 2 from Red Circle Comics in 1983. This was a series that Archie did with the Red Circle imprint, bringing back their heroes. And most of these heroes, the Shield, Black Hood, Comet, and Jaguar, are all from the Golden Age, like Pep Comics and those MLJ books before Archie took over. And then they brought them back in the 60s. The Fly is a product of the 60s. His first appearance was drawn by Jack Kirby, right? In that private book, whatever it is. The Secret Life of Private something, no. Double Life of Private Strong. Not The Secret Life of Private Ryan. Or Saving the Life. Anyway, so I have issue number 1, I believe. And just kind of fun because it does have some Golden Age characters. So, on the cheap, pick this up. That goes in the PC. The next book, actually, I'm not sure if this is a PC book or not. I'm going to have to check my notes. It probably is, because I haven't, in my own personal collection, I haven't gotten to this section of the alphabet yet to really go through it. I probably reasonably close to a full run of this particular book. Do I have better copies than this? Yeah. So this I'm going to put up for sale. It is a cool book. It's Teen Titans number 28 with his classic Nick Cardy cover. He was doing the art on at the time. And it's, I think, only really become appreciated more recently, what he was doing. I'm trying to get a full run of Teen Titans. I know I have a very low grade number 1 that I picked up when I was a kid. But, I haven't yet dug out the books that I bought in my childhood and really kind of compared them. When I pick them up or I get them in collections, I just kind of put them to the side. So I really should focus on that. The next book I picked up was also, this was a Silver Age book. And it was actually in pretty nice condition. I have like a 7.5 or so. It's Doom Patrol, number 88. This is from 1964. And it is the third issue under the Doom Patrol title. Of course, they did My Greatest Adventure starting with issue, what was it, 83? And then 86 was the first one where it's called Doom Patrol. So still, Elastigirl has the old green costume in this. That's a 1964 book, so that is PC bound. I'm very slowly working on the Doom Patrol. Like, if it comes to me, I'm not really digging through Doom Patrol bins at shows right now. Then I picked up this. This is probably this was the most expensive book of the day, and part of it was because I had just gone through it in a CGC population count video. I think it's from 1992. It is Blade, Vampire Hunter, number 1. This is an expensive book in a 9.8. It has, it's Midnight Suns. This is actually from 1994. It needs some work. It does have a cardstock cover, but I think I can do some work on this. We're gonna give it a shot. It's for the value difference between a raw and a 9.8. It's really worth it. This is a fairly pricey book in a 9.8. Then the next book is also going in the Slab-a-Rooney pile. That's Green Lantern number 49. This is the second part of the Emerald Twilight storyline, which introduces Kyle Rayner. So he's introduced in 48. He becomes Green Lantern in 50. And he gets his first cover. I think he gets a Green Lantern costume in his first cover appearance in 51. But this is just a classic cover that has been homaged. This is a book I pick up a lot. I think I just got one at Big Apple last week also. That was a newsstand. This is Marvel and DC present The Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans by Walt Simonson. This is just, I love this book. It's got a great wraparound cover. You know, one of those DC Marvel team-up books. I picked up this. This is kind of fallen a little bit in value, but it can still be about a $100 book on a good day. This is Batman Sword of Azrael number 1, the first appearance of Azrael. It also has a wraparound cover. That's a clean copy. I got that, I think, from Anthony. I also picked up this. Huntress, number 1, but in a newsstand. This introduces the third Huntress, Helena Bertinelli, who kind of takes the place. The costume's almost identical to that of Helena Wayne of Earth 2, but she was the daughter of the Earth 2 Batman, the Golden Age Batman, who no longer existed post-crisis. So they just brought the Huntress back. So that's a cool book. And a newsstand, that's nice to have. And it's a pretty clean copy. Again, all these need a little bit of work, a little bit of TLC to get slabbed up, but that's kind of the fun. I also kind of enjoy the challenge of it. Our next book is Free Comic Book Day, the New 52. This is the first appearance of Simon Baz, who's a Green Lantern. Now, we're starting to get, there was, what was in Brazil, the trailer shown on the Lanterns TV show. That's coming in the early part of 2026. Maybe Chip is going to be in it, and there probably will be other Green Lanterns. So I think this is a potential 9.8. Needs some work. And then my last book that I picked up was, I'm looking for this book on a 9.8. This is not a 9.8. It had a little bit of damage on the cover, and there's a little chip in the back. It is Showcase number 97. This is the first solo story of Power Girl. And I remember picking this up as a kid off the newsstand. She was originally, in All-Star Comics 58, was a member of the Justice Society, and was really the breakout star of the reboot of the Justice Society. Very popular character. They featured her in whenever they crossed over with the Justice League. And for those of you unfamiliar, Power Girl is essentially, and notice the costume difference here. There's no boob window here. I'm not sure who did the cover. Oh, Joe Staton. Doesn't look totally like Joe Staton, but it is Joe Staton cover. Joe Orlando did the inks, so maybe he inked a little more powerfully, especially on the face. She was a breakout star. Whenever there was a JLA JSA crossover, she was one of the featured members. And she was prominently featured in each issue of All-Star Comics. And I enjoyed the character, not even like I'm not into like women drawings. That's not a thing for me. They're pictures. They're drawings. I don't know. But it just, the one thing about the character that you have to get right if you do her in live action, that's why I'm putting this in the spec pile, because she's such a popular character. It makes sense to do her in some probably multiversal manner. The real thing is her attitude. She is a badass. She does not back down. She's always pissed off. But that's kind of makes the character. I also think it was a really cool costume design and take off on the Supergirl, but being unique in and of itself. So I always like the character. So that is going in the spec pile. The only spec book from, and I'm not doing a lot of spec stuff. Most of my spec actually at this point is I'm kind of loading up inventory of things I know that are going to happen, like Green Lantern books or Supergirl books, putting those to the side. So it was just a very small haul for the day, just a handful of books that I picked up before I headed out and picked up 4 long boxes in a collection. So stay tuned. That's going to be another video down the road. I have videos that I have to record, but I am kind of bottled up. Let me know what you think. And I will be getting a 50 book 9/8 pre-screen back tomorrow. I did not look at the results. I did not look at my credit card charges too closely. I know I didn't do great, but I still think it's within the model that I'm using to make a profit and to improve my collection to do the 9/8 pre-screen. Because for modern books, I'm really only interested in 9.8s, unless it's a big key, that a lower grade is worth at least a couple $100. It doesn't make much sense because there's such a big price difference. It makes sense to go for that value increase. My only thought is, do the graders look at books differently when they're doing a pre-screen versus when, you just have a batch and they're just assigning a grade 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, whatever. I'm not sure. But that being said, really enjoyed the book. Like I said, I really, enjoyed this. It was a 3-issue run in Showcase. That was a cool book from my childhood that I picked up. And I'm really focusing more on the comic book content rather than grading and pricing. That is part of it. But I enjoy the books. I enjoy reading them. So that's part of the fun. At any rate, that's it. That's going to do it for today's video. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying, until next time, enjoy your comics.